Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jistarajam Brahmam Brahmas Pata Anashrivanuti Bashiri Sadanam Om Om Om. Good morning. My dear friend, meditation partner, spiritual book club co-founder, and all-around wonderful person, Silvia, passed away this week, and today's practice is going to be dedicated to her. We'll be chanting the Purnam Mantra, and I'll just talk a little bit about what Purnam means. Sometimes, or most often, it's translated as whole or full, complete. So, for example, the full moon is referred to as Purnam. The friend who originally taught me this mantra, Genevieve, translated it as perfection. And I've also heard it described as Shunya, or that which is beyond what is knowable, beyond what has the quality of Thingness, the infinite. And often this is just like the full moon. The Purnam is represented by a circle, something that is unending, that's complete, that goes on and on. So let's go ahead and tune in with the usual Kundalini mantra that we tune in with, largely because Silvia and I practice Kundalini together. So let's get a tall spine. Let yourself settle. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And then one more inhale to chant. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Inhale. Work with Mulband if you know it. Good. Exhale. We'll just do some very simple limbering up movements so that we feel more comfortable sitting while we chant. You can hold on to your knees or your shins, wherever feels the most comfortable, and just alternately arch and flex your spine. Great. Inhale. Again, if you know Mulband, work with Mulband here. I've been feeling sad this week, and I noticed that part of how that manifests in my body is tightness right around the center of my chest, like the band of where the diaphragm attaches. So we're going to do our best to mobilize that area. We're going to make little circles, and you're going to try and move this segment of the body roughly where a bra strap would go, and try and get as much movement in that part of your spine in every direction. Maybe you notice the tenderness of your heart as you do this. And now we're going to go the other direction, which might feel a little awkward. Do your best. Try and get as far as you can, all the way around your circle. Great. Come back to center. Inhale. Use Mula Bandha if you know it. Shoulder shrugs. First, lift one shoulder up and drop it down. Lift the opposite one up, back and forth. A little more loosening up in this area. You can take your fingertips up to the tops of your shoulders, the back of your head, or just up, fingertip and thumb tip touching, whichever one feels the best, and we'll twist from side to side. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Now switch your breath, whichever way you were inhaling, now exhale that way, and same thing for the inhale. Great, come back to center. Lovely. And we'll do one last simple warm up. You can interlace your fingers, snug them in your throat. We're going to be chanting. Oops, sorry about that. Gazing downwards, kind of holding on to your hands with your chin. Exhale. Inhale, lift through the chin, lift through the elbows, open through your throat. Great, inhale and exhale. For the chanting, just make sure you feel really comfortable. So if you want to sit in a chair instead of on the ground, do that. And I'll take us through the chant very slowly so that we can build up the our memorization and also our understanding of it. So first we chant Om Purnam. Om Purnam. Wholeness. So see what word, what translation feels the best for you. Perfection, wholeness, fullness, completeness. After that first Purnam, we say AdAya, A-D-A-H. Om Purnam-adah. You try it. And let's do it again together. Om Purnam-adah. Next line, Purnam with idam, I-D-A-M. pUrNam-idam. You try it? Good, and let's do it together. pUrNam-idam. And those two things mean wholeness or perfection there. Idam, wholeness or perfection. This is wholeness and perfection. And the that of the first line of the AdAya is the cosmos, is the things that aren't us. And the this of the second line of the idam is ourselves. So even though that it may seem as though we are separate from those things, in fact, we are all united. We are all one thing. So let's do those first two lines together a couple of times through. Here we go. pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam. And again. pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam. Great. The next line is you just replace the final im on pUrNam with a T. pUrNat. Back to pUrNam. pUrNam. And now our first maybe slightly strange word. UdachatE. UdachatE. So let's do that whole thing together. pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE. And again. pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE. And that is from wholeness, wholeness arises. Let's do the first two lines and then that line all together. We'll do it through twice. Here we go. pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE. Great. One more time. pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE. All right, and then we're heading into the end now. The next one is pUrNasaya, pUrNasaya. So just replace that final M with asaya. pUrNasaya. Back to pUrNam, pUrNam. And then the word AdAya. So let's do pUrNam-AdAya. pUrNam-AdAya. Again, pUrNam-AdAya. So we'll do pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya. pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya. One more time through. pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya. And then the final line, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Again. pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. And those last couple of lines that we did are where wholeness leaves, wholeness remains. So the entirety of the translation is that is perfection, this is perfection. From perfection, perfection arises. When perfection leaves, perfection remains. And again, feel free to use whichever translation of pUrNam resonates for you. The actual words are great for our mind, for satisfying our mind and keeping us focused. But with Sanskrit, really what we're shooting for is that sound, that vibration that creates a physiological change in us as we chant. So we'll go through the entire thing a few times. I'll start out fairly slow, and then we'll perhaps get a little bit faster with the chant. If you would like to use a hand mudra, go ahead and find one that works well for you. And here we go. pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam-udachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam-udachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam-udachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam-udachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, 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 pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Om pUrNam-adah, sorry, Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. One more time. Om pUrNam-adah, pUrNam-idam, pUrNat, pUrNam, UdachatE, pUrNasaya, pUrNam-AdAya, pUrNam-EvA, vashiShyatE. And now Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We'll do an additional meditation. If you feel stiff or uncomfortable from how you've been sitting, go ahead and shift around, massage your knees or ankles, and I'll talk about what the next meditation is like. You can do it simply by having your right hand out, cupped up, as though you were catching something, as though you're receiving a gift. And the left hand is up like you're taking an oath, with your ring finger pinned down by your thumb. You'll be gazing downwards, like towards the tip of your nose or towards your chin. And you can simply do the meditation like that. If you would like a little bump to it, you can use Khedri Mudra, where you take your tongue as far up and back, pressing into the soft palate as you can. And you can also continue to chant pUrNam silently to yourself. Or if you feel comfortable with the entire mantra, you can chant it, the entirety of it, to yourself. All right. So coming back to however you feel the most comfortable, seated, the right hand as though you're accepting a gift. Hold that left thumb down. This meditation is called See the Unseen. Let your breath relax and slow down. If you'd like to use that slightly raspy breath, Ujjayi breath, it's a slight constriction in your throat so that your breath is just loud enough for you to hear and not really loud enough for anyone nearby. Perfect. And now we're going to end by 3 deep inhales. Inhale and hold your breath. You want to be as relaxed as you possibly can while your breath is held in. So keep just encouraging yourself to be relaxed, relaxed, relaxed. And when you don't feel relaxed anymore, do a powerful breath out. Another deep inhale. Find peace, find wholeness, find stillness. Keep releasing tension, keep releasing tension. And when you can no longer keep the breath in without tension, strong exhale out. Last time. Oh, powerful breath out. All right, great. So that meditation has great benefits. You could continue doing it for the next 40 days as a dedication to Silvia or anyone else that you have lost. You can do it for 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 11 minutes, any time frame that works for you. It's great to do that particular meditation at a specific time of the day. And we'll do it again either next week or the week after, and I'll go into more detail about that meditation. And now the last thing that I'd like to do before we close today is we'll chant a call, A-K-A-A-L, 3 times in the teachers that Silvia and I learned from were Sikh, and that's the Sikhs' release of the soul. It's like encouraging our loved one's soul to move on. I'm living in Hawaii right now, and there is a point of land that's very remote and on a huge cliff overlooking the raging sea, and that is called, the Hawaiians call it the jumping off place of the soul. And so when I chant a call, I see that beautiful place where the soul leaps off. So that's how we'll close today. Rather than chanting Satnam, we'll chant a call 3 times. Let's bow to the wholeness, to the perfection that exists beyond us, inside of us, before Silvia, after Silvia, eternal wholeness, eternal perfection. Thank you.